when we talk about ICT, we also do not discard that internet-based web portals do play an important role. But overall, the statistics do show that mobile phones are picking up much faster than the internet users. Here, the first graph is basically all India, and therefore the urban numbers outright the rural numbers. But in terms of teledensity, the rural population is also improving the teledensity. Therefore, we have a consensus that telephone, either through mobile or teleservices like the Kisan call centers launched by the government, can play an important role in bridging that information, by bridging or reducing the gap of information delivery. The various information modes that have been discussed in last three days, you know the various mobile-based information services available. But through this slide, I just want to emphasize that the farmers still find primarily the face-to-face interactions as the most trustable source of information. And therefore, when we're talking about mobile-based information system, we should not forget that this mobile phone system is just complementing the other existing information sources or the networks that exist. They are just trying, it can be a catalyst in bridging the disconnect that has happened in the past because of crumbling of the public extension services. It stand alone cannot solve the problems that we are talking about. It cannot substitute the past or the present extension services that we have. The information need of the farmer is vast. Different organizations are trying to target at different sections of these information delivery. Routers Market Lite basically target the market prices, whereas IKSL, MSSRF models and many other models are trying to get connected on the primary stage of where they're giving information about inputs, they're giving information about techniques of growing, harvesting and delivering to the market. But when we from the demander side of the information, what farmers really need, when we try to analyze those kinds of information, we find that the most prioritized information that the farmer need is they feel that the information on plant protection is still not delivered to him at the time that he needs. And that's where he faces the maximum brunt on his crop. That's where he loses his crop the most, where the yield losses are the maximum. And he finds that if he is given the plant protection information on time, along with the right seed that he should use, then probably most of his problems can be sorted out. But he also says that even if the probability of rainfall is known to him, which many of the service providers are giving, do help him to improve his, reduce his wastage or plan his agriculture activity better. At CIMMET, we have recently done a scoping study which will be very soon available in the public domain, where we try to identify or club together all the various kinds of major models that are existing and that have been discussed over here. But we also try to find out what are the present sources of information and what are the farmers' need of information that the farmers have, and based on that, what are the identified constraints and what research do we really need to take up front so that we can provide our inputs to the institutions who are providing information as well as to the policy makers, so that these models, which are scattered models at different regional level or different initiatives, can be scaled up so that maximum farmers can gain from it. And during the scoping study, we did a lot of literature from India, from South Africa, from Africa and other South Asian countries like Bangladesh also has a lot of these initiatives. Nepal is recently picking up on these initiatives. Sri Lanka has a lot of models. And overall, all the studies that exist have tried to show through anecdotal evidences. Like they have been talking to a group of farmers, they have been talking to various communities where they have seen that there is huge potential that lie in improving farmers' bargaining power, to the middlemen that they have access to, in getting the better price than what they were getting earlier. It has helped him to make better decisions on the crop choices that he wants to he wants to make a shift from one crop to another. He's better informed because he's getting information. Information delivered through mobile phones is also helping to improve agriculture growth rates in terms of better GDP per capita, with improved mobile penetration and access to information. It has helped in information adoption. It has helped in increasing adoption of technologies at the very early stage. So when this information was not available, the farmers' adoption rate was slower, but now the adoption of new technologies is faster. The major gains that most of the literature has cited is the impact on prices. But the impact on prices has also been constrained by availability of markets and access to the market by the farmers. There's a big constraint and suggestions that the literature poses, which is necessary for the service providers to look into. One is that the digital divide is still very huge. The information is easy to reach to the larger and the bigger farmers, and not actually to the farmers who are contributing maximum to the product